sports and entertainment. Back again with another one. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit those notifications as well so that you're able to get all of my content as well as all of my videos. Salute to the whole entire LDBC, basketball and boxing. You know how we rocking. Oh man. First off, man, I want to apologize about yesterday. I had some technical difficulties that went on with this stream. Um, I think part of it is YouTube, but part of it was the area too. And then also, I would like to uh, apologize for cutting the stream off yesterday. I had a situation that it came up that I had to take care of, so I hope y'all can truly forgive your boy. Um, the real Elise, see you in here. Make sure you go sub to the real Elise. Goes down on his channel too as well. All right, look, we got the NBA Cup. I'm not really a fan of the NBA Cup. I'm trying to adapt to it, but that's what they want to do. Apparently, they're trying to be like soccer. Adam Silver is, but I'm not with it. Hold on 1 minute. Now, the thing about it is, and y'all hit the like when you come in here. Please hit the like, share the video too as well. Okay. Um, we're here now, and there's nothing that we can do about it. They're gonna stay with the NBA Cup, so it is what it is. Now with New York and Orlando, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with Orlando on this one. That's my prediction. Um, I could see, Orlando has a good penetration game. And then what I also noticed too is that, I would say over the last several games, Cat has really been struggling with rotating to protect the middle. Um, and Mikal Bridges has even called out Cat a couple of times on his lack of well, I would say the lack of his presence defensively. He's not sliding over, rotating. He's just letting guys go through the middle. So that's where I think that Orlando is going to come in and they're going to take advantage of that. Um, but I don't think anybody is really anticipating seeing that game as much as they're anticipating seeing the OKC versus San Antonio game. Now we got my boy Wemby back, and I'm gonna talk about him in just a couple minutes. Um, there's a lot of people that feel like the Spurs are one of the teams that could actually challenge the OKC Thunder. Um, Me myself personally, I don't think that anybody's gonna beat the Thunder. But I'm not going to underestimate all the opponents that they play because, I mean, they have lost one. They are human beings, you know what I'm saying? So anything could happen. Stephen Green, I see you in the building. Make sure you go sub to Stephen Green in the building right now. Yes, we got the Spurs and we got OKC, and a lot of people feel like the Spurs can challenge OKC. Like I said, I don't see anybody beating them. But you never know what could happen. OKC could have a bad game. Brown Sugar, see you in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like when you come in here. Now they sending my notifications. I guess YouTube is starting to be nice. They're starting to be nice to me. But please hit that like when you come in here. We want to share the video. We want to get it out in the algorithm. Please hit that like when you come in here. It don't cost no money. I'm not charging you no fee to hit the light. But um, I could see the OKC Thunder just going ahead winning. Um, they're gonna. It's gonna be a up and down game for a little bit, but I think where OKC is gonna just neutralize everything is, defensively. They're gonna take advantage of every weakness that they have now. The weakness that the Spurs have is their youth. However, we can't even say that because the Thunder are one of the youngest teams in the NBA too as well. Uh, their championship level experience is that's where the Spurs are. I mean the OKC is going to have that edge. They done been there. They done played tough games. They used to being there. While the Spurs, they are forming into what you say would say a contender, but there's a couple things missing, and of course, the health of Wemby is going to be key too. Um, you said I got OKC in a close game versus the Spurs. Hold on one sec. Um, I got the manager over there. You said okay is the only team allowed to play old school hoop, hella physical. Yeah, and the only ones. Okay, it's funny that you bring that up, Elise. The thing about OKC is they can play. They were kind of like your Warriors way back when, right? The Warriors, when they were back in their heyday, they were known for playing a multitude of ways. They can play you physical. They can play you up and down. They can play small ball. They can play big. You know what I'm saying? They can play slow. Despite what people say, they are good in the half court because they rotate. You have a whole bunch of glue guys that don't mind not scoring. They can play. They can play any type of way that you want. I'm sorry, I had to calm down the noise, y'all. Um, they can play any type of way that you want it. If you want to get in transition, they can do that. If you want just to play scrappy, they can do that. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, they thrive on defense, sort of like the Warriors did. See, back in the day, I know a lot about the Warriors. See, everybody thought it was just the Splash Brothers and all offense, and yeah, they could do that. Clay Thompson, you know what I'm saying, splashing. Steph Curry splashing, KD when he was there splashing offense and all that other stuff. But their calling card was defense, and That's what the Thunder have over the Spurs. Now the Spurs are no joke either. You got the emergence, of course, of Wemby, okay? But I'm gonna get to him in a minute. They've been winning without Wemby. You got Vassell, you got Castle, you got Sohan. You know what I'm saying? You got Dylan Harper, my guy. You know what I'm saying? They got a bunch of explosive, athletic guards that can get up and down. This ain't no Spurs team, where they used to look at them. Oh, these guys are old and, they're boring to watch or anything like that. I never used to look at the Spurs like that. I think they play beautiful basketball, but they're kind of a hybrid version of what they used to be, except they're extremely athletic and they don't mind getting into the cup. You said they're happy for each one. Yeah, they are. You said they have a real connection and it shows. Yeah, you said Mike Brown. Uh, we had defensive. Yeah, you did. Spurs were super elite, young and explosive. Yeah, I give them a few years, but playing winning style every game. That's why they're. But see, I'm gonna say this, Elise, Brown Sugar and Steven. The Thunder are gonna have to lose a couple games. Now I still got a bet going that they're going to go ahead and clean the season. They're going to get the record. And not only are they going to get the record, they're going to get the Larry O'Brien. And not only are they going to get the Larry O'Brien, Shea is going to get the MVP as well as the Finals MVP. Okay, so he's going to pretty much put the icing on the cake again for the season, and they're going to repeat. However, they do need to lose. They need to lose a couple of games. You know what I'm saying? Because losing is good sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It humbles you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. We don't want. OKC don't want to just be like, oh well, yeah, we just blowing all these teams out and stuff like that. And me myself personally, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like blowouts. I don't like seeing them up 94-58 against the Suns and shit like that. At least I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I like a competitive game. I like guys to go at it. You know what I'm saying? You said Wemby is just something. He's not impacting nothing. Uh, I disagree with that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Wemby is a vocal point, believe it or not, of their defense. Yeah, they're winning now. Don't get me wrong, they're winning now. But man, it do come down to Wemby, man. And Wemby gives you that extra added level of defense, and he's a selfless player himself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, it's good that they're able to step out and they have guys up that are able to. We got to look at other superstars that have went out and they've been able to carry the team too. You know what I'm saying? But Wemby impact is phenomenal in comparison to somebody like LeBron James, who's a minus 16 one night, then a minus 20 something the next night. Wemby is going to bring a plus. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get you a double double. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get you them 5 blocks. You know what I'm saying? He gonna rotate on defense. You know what I'm saying? He gonna pull that bitch and more often than none make it. You know what I'm saying? He know how to read the pick and roll, unlike Rudy Gobert, who still don't know how to read a pick and roll to save his life, who gets exposed all the time. That's not Wimby. You know what I'm saying? Wemby gonna run up and down the court right after blocking the shot. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna stay down there. You know what I'm saying? Nah, Wemby is an extra added guy that you need. And on top of that, man, 7'4" on him. Hell yeah. I guarantee you wouldn't be saying that, man, if Wemby was like, yeah, I'm about to go and test the market. Shit. I'll pick that nigga up in a heartbeat. 7'4". But now that we talking about him, Elise, Steven, and Brown Sugar, check this out. My concern with Wimby is I don't want him to end up like a Jamal Mashburn. I don't want him ending up like a Ralph Sampson. I don't want him ending up like a player who got robbed of their athleticism and their career because of injuries. You know what I'm saying? We definitely don't want him being like a Kawhi. We definitely don't want him being like what Zion's going through, who done been 7 years in the league. You know what I'm saying? We don't want him going with Joel Embiid is going through. I know he had 39 and everything like that, but I mean he's a roller coaster as player. No, I don't want that to happen to Wemby. But the question is he gonna be like that though? Injury prone, Greg Oden. I ain't gonna say that yet. I'm not. No, he's not. He ain't quite there yet. Okay, you got to think about it. That blood clot. That's not an injury, Kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? That's something. He had the same condition that Chris Bosh had to ultimately retire from. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, a clot. You know what I'm saying? That you putting your life at risk. Shoot, you could die from a clot just sitting down, dude. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand, you got to take that serious, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the calf strain, he ain't the only dude that's been struggling with calf strains. And on top of that, we talking about the Achilles. Thing about it is he's 7'4". You know what I'm saying? Everybody brings up that he's 7'4". A lot of guys that are above I think 7 foot range or 7'1" and everything like that. Their careers are short and everything. And he plays more like he played more like a perimeter player more so than post player. But I say this though, look, Wemby, he's that guy, man. He gonna take care of himself. He's a workhorse, and I believe in this dude. I just don't want him to end up like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to end up like that. Those bones, well, I mean, they said the same thing about KD. They said the same thing about KG. You know what I'm saying? They were talking about how skinny he was and everything. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't be that guy. Shoot, I'll take that skinny nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't afraid to challenge people at the rim. Everybody else, oh, okay, go ahead. Nah, if you get dunked on, you get dunked on. But guess what? Sometimes you gonna pin their shit against the glass. You understand what I mean? Everybody's like, oh man, he frail and all this other stuff. Look, he's not a Shaquille O'Neal body type. Okay. He he ain't like Wes Unseld was. You know what I'm saying? He ain't Moses Malone. You know what I'm saying? He's sort of like what Kareem was. You know what I'm saying? Kareem was a finesse type of player. You know what I'm saying? Ralph Sampson. You know what I'm saying? Even though his career was short. You know what I'm saying? He ain't all bulked up and cut up and ripped like a David Robinson or nothing like that. Nah. You know what I'm saying? He is who he is. Cheyenne, what's up with it? Small bones, all force, stop cutting, jumping. Well, yeah, I can. But you know what I like about Wemby though? Me and Elise, we having a back and forth about Wemby right now. You know what I'm saying? He know damn well if Wemby was to step out there, man, and be like, "Look, I'm coming to the Warriors." Man, he'd be like, "Look, hey, go ahead, we'll take him." But look, Wemby, he done sprained his ankle and got right back up and played on it. You know what I'm saying? But see, the difference with the calf strain, though, you gotta take that seriously. You know what I'm saying? Because calf strain, you know what I'm saying, that's a connector, and then you talking about your Achilles. Once your Achilles is ruptured, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're gonna come back, but some guys ain't gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shoot, I'll take Wimby. Hey, who you? I'm gonna ask you a question right now, okay? I'm gonna put your feet to the fire, really. I'm gonna put everybody's feet to the fire. All right. Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Wimby or Joel Embiid? You know what I'm saying? I'm just I gotta be real. Who would you rather have? Would you rather have a guy who's been injury prone for a decade, ain't can't get past the second round? You know what I'm saying? Or do you want to? And he's already above the age of 30. You know what I'm saying? Or would you rather have a guy who got upside? You know what I'm saying? Ain't even hit his prime yet, leading the league in blocks multiple seasons since he done came in this bitch. Defensive Player of the Year, destined to be All NBA, destined to be perennial All Star, destined to be a championship caliber player. I'll take Wimby. And on top of that, he got the size. And on top of that, he got the versatility. And on top of that, man, he is an Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? Just, look, he got to watch that shit. What you want him to do? You know what I'm saying? You want him to end his career over some dumb shit? Nah. If Wemby could play, he'll play. I'm taking Wemby all day. I'm taking Wemby all day long. But the only thing I'll give Elise, I'll give Elise this. We got to watch it. We got to watch what's going to happen. And that's why I brought this subject up, Cheyenne and Stephen and Brown Sugar. I brought it up because we don't want him to go down this road. Every time he turn around, he's hurt. Ah, shoot. Wimby's out again. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to go through that. You know what I'm saying? We went through enough with that. Shit. I put to you like this. Now that we got some Warriors fans in here, you know what I'm saying? Cheyenne and Elise, Stephen and Brown Sugar. James Wiseman. Okay, I'm bringing his ass up. James Wiseman. I loved his game. James Wiseman when he went to the Warriors. First off, Kerr didn't know how to use. They didn't really know how to use him. You know what I'm saying? But then guess what? He started every time he turned around. he was hurt again. You know what I'm saying? But I say that to say this, you know what I'm saying? We don't want him to get lost in no type of shuffle because of injuries and stuff like that. You brought up Greg Oden. Shit, hell, that's a terrible example. If Greg Oden was coming in hurt, you know what I'm saying? Embiid was coming in hurt. Guys like that, they was coming in hurt. Yeah, but they got to stay healthy. I mean, if we gonna go by that logic, I mean, Paleo Bashiro, he was out for a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? J Dub over there with OKC. Guess what? SGA was carrying everything. Next man up mentality. You know what I'm saying? LeBron with the fake ass sciatica. You know what I'm saying? Now, he causing turmoil and everything. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. I ain't gonna get on that. You know, you said if I'm in Spurs, I'm putting Wemby at the four. Ooh, I don't know. So I don't know about it. It's so positionless. I mean, he can handle the right. I mean, he doing pretty much what Jokic is doing. The only difference is that Jokic is leading the league in assists or whatever, but he looks a lot better doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like Wemby looked like a giant ass guard. You know what I'm saying? But he done added back to the basket to his repertoire. You know what I'm saying? He is cerebral, especially defensively. Like you got to look at this guy how he makes his reads defensively. You understand what I mean? Like he knows how to rotate and cover so much ground, but also at the same time he knows like when he already knows what you're gonna do right before you do it. So if somebody penetrate, especially at his age, like it's it's insane. I'm like he's knowing stuff and knowing how to cover things defensively. Like I think about Draymond. He doing shit like how Draymond did with the champ. When he was in his prime and stuff. I know some people gonna get mad when I use Draymond as an example, but he was a linebacker on the defensive end. He was covering so much, and he was able to communicate and stuff like that. Now, does he make some mistakes? Yeah, especially coming back door. If you catch Wemby back door or something like that, like he's been caught a couple of times. Okay, he'll get dunked on and stuff like that. That's that's where he got to get better at. You know what I'm saying? Like Hakeem Olajuwon was good at rotating, um, especially catching any of that back door that was getting ready to come. Dikembe Mutombo, you know what I'm saying? You try to come, I, Dikembe Mutombo would block, multiple shots at one time. You come back up, Alonzo Mourning, he got that type of shit with him. You understand what I mean? Like just a rim protector. Look, Alonzo Mourning got dunked on all the time. Hakeem Olajuwon got dunked on by KJ. You understand what I mean? Shaq was not a good rim protector like that. You know what I'm saying? Wilt was a good rim protector. You know what I'm saying? Kareem was a good rim protector. Guys like that. You know what I'm saying? And Wemby got that in his arsenal. Fucking Rudy Gobert is just overrated defensively. Jokic can't play no defense. Embiid, he could barely move. So I just Wemby man, he has a bright future ahead of him. It's just we don't want we don't want him to be like a Jamal Mashburn. You know what I'm saying? Like I think about Jamal Mashburn. Coming out of Kentucky. And he was destined to kill. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, every time he turned around, he hurt. He was hurt. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to see that. But Wemby, just look out for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping he stays healthy. I want him to continue. I want him to play. Close to 75 games. You know what I'm saying? Hell, at least the minimum 65 games a season. You know what I'm saying? Look, everybody ain't gonna be able to play 80 plus games for 9 plus seasons like a Jordan, or 80 plus games for the majority of their career like a Karl Malone. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that ain't gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you take care of your body, you understand what I'm saying? If you take care of your body and you do what you're supposed to in the off season, you'll be all right. Guys that haven't been doing that are indicative of that. You know what I'm saying? Such as AD, he always coming back. There's something going on. You know, he'll start off good. Like for instance, he started off great last season, and guess what? The rest is history. You know what I'm saying? Like roller coaster. You ain't see no roller coaster with Hakeem Olajuwon. Wasn't no roller coaster with Kareem and Wilt, some of the other greats. There wasn't no roller coaster with them. You know what I'm saying? They were consistent. They were consistent. If they missed games, it's because they absolutely had to. You know what I'm saying? It's because they absolutely had to. You know, so yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna definitely see what happens, man. But besides that, man, I appreciate everybody coming up here, showing love. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go sub to my guy, the real Elise. Okay, go sub to the brothers Stephen Green as well. Make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe, hit the notifications as well. Shouts out to the whole entire LDBC. My cash app is straight to the point, 77 if you'd like to donate too as well. Uh, Besides that, y'all, appreciate y'all. I'm out.